So one of the things you need to know about LDA is that you're going to have a pretty restrictive diet for 3 days. And you've got a couple of options depending upon your level of the LDA that you're getting or receiving and the issues that you have. But I'll tell you, it's most important to push through. And it's important to push through because the results far outweigh the 3 days of the diet that you're going to have to go through. And the results that I've experienced have been so substantial through LDA that the 3 days of dieting is well worth it to get to the long-term results that I've experienced from LDA. So what I would tell you is someone new looking to approach LDA is just recognize you're gonna have to go through 3 days of a pretty restrictive diet, but you can have fun, be creative. It's also a great chance to kind of recenter your diet long-term. Doing the diet has helped me achieve more of a plant-based diet, which I feel is really important now. So I've used those 3 days as kind of every 8 to 10 weeks, a recentering for myself to check my diet, check where I'm at, use that time for meditation and prayer and thought almost as a fast. And I've been able to get through it. But look, to think about what you're eating, what you're bringing into your diet, and could you improve that going forward? And what I found is that there are certain things like lamb that I never really ate before the LDA diet, and now I like lamb. So I bring it into my diet more frequently now. I never did that before. Fish, same thing. So I would encourage you, push through. It's really important to abide by those 3 days, knowing that there's a long-term benefit to LDA that you'll receive on the end of the diet.
Justin, do you have any tips?
So I think stew's an easy one because you can just throw it in the crock pot or the Instapot, and you got a nice stew that you can pull off of. What I found is my LDA diet consists of this. So I work out first thing in the morning. So I have sweet potatoes that I will make in advance of the 3 days, and I'll bake probably like 10 sweet potatoes. So they're all ready to go. Just throw them in the fridge, and then I pull one out when I want to eat it, heat it up. So that's one thing I do, and I love a sweet potato first thing in the morning because you get a little bit of the sugar and the carbs, and it gets you going. So that's one thing. The other thing that I've really liked is I'll boil carrots with water and some salt, and then I'll take those carrots, strain them once they're boiled and nice and soft, and I'll put them in like a little magic bullet or a little Insta blender and blend it up, and it's like a carrot souffle, and it's surprisingly sweet. So again, I love that first thing in the morning, and oftentimes I'll do that last thing at night before I go to bed. So that's been two things that I'll do that are quick, easy, and get it done. The other one is ground lamb. So if you do the ground lamb, it's so easy because then you can do lettuce wraps. So you get the outer shells of iceberg lettuce, you throw the ground lamb in there, you roll it up, you got the crunch, you got a little bit of the moisture from the lettuce and the lamb on the inside. It's like a nice lettuce wrap, something you'd see at P.F. Chang's. You do it at home. And then the other thing is it's great to mix the ground lamb with sweet potatoes or the cooked carrots as well. So I do that a lot. And then the third thing I do is fish and chips. So I'll slice potatoes real thin, white potatoes, on a baking sheet with salt and cook those, make them nice and crispy. And then I'll take some fish and I'll just broil the fish, chunk it up, white fish, fresh white fish, chunk it up, throw it in a pot of water, boil it real quick, and then throw that on top of the potatoes, and it's almost like a shepherd's pie. And it turned out pretty good. So you can do it, just stick with it. I think the important thing is to focus on what are the benefits long term, and the 3 days of a diet isn't that big of a deal if you're focused on the benefits long term.